Have you ever found yourself hitting a wall? Seems like you're just on an elevator to nowhere. You're on a ship on the open sea with no port to come into because everything you try seems to not work, seems to be, antiquated and outdated. Well, this is Doc Favors here, Freedom Seekers, and today we're going to be talking about ignoring conventional approaches. And really, I really wanted to title this, you all, Get Ruthless about trying something different. Of course, this is another session of our masterclass. This is episode number 7 in this book, U Squared. And you all, I'm telling you, I stand by this book. It's an amazing book. It's not a real long read, but it's a study book, right? And we've been experiencing exponential growth, phenomenal gains, you all. And it's just been a great ride so far. So it's episode 7, y'all. Let's get right into it. Now, as always, we talk about conventional growth and having conventional lines where we draw lines in the sand and make sure that, we're following protocol, okay? I'm one of the guys, I know order, I know structure. I'm a businessman, I got company, I got employees and things of that nature, you all. But let me explain something to you. There comes a time in your life when you hit that stagnant point, right? If I was doing a bell curve, you start off, then you hit the curve, you got momentum, and then you get to the top and you start to level off, okay? And then when you start to level off, you usually go into the decline. Well, when you hit that decline place, guys, you have to start doing something different. And we all experience reasonable performance gains because we rely on reasonable approaches. Now, as always, I want to read a quote right from the book here that I think that'll be good for you. Price Pritchett in his book says, "Quantum leaps requires you to abandon the status quo. Instead of once again trying what you have always done, maybe with more intensity and determination, you should ignore the usual." Guys, here's where we get concepts from this type of piece right here, this mindset. This is where I get the concepts of lawbreaker, the illogical, unthinkable, supernatural, out of the ordinary. Whatever you want to choose, whichever one you want to choose, y'all. We're in a place now in life where sometimes you got to choose the illogical. That means you got to do something different. You got to ricochet. You got to do the opposite. If you're trying to get different results, but you're doing the same old things that are not working, then here's the question, guys. How long are you going to sit there and get those mediocre results, knowing that there's more for you, there's greater for you? How long are you going to sit there, guys? Now, once again, you all, for me, I understand that U Squared requires an abrupt change. An abrupt change in your behavior patterns, in your attitude, in your daily routines. As a matter of fact, the author says right here that these quantum leaps, you got to abandon status quo and do something totally different. But he also says, for example, consider reversing your field, right? We pivoted. We remember we was on here doing all type of platforms with crypto and stuff like that. And then we finally got wind, you all. Some of us finally woke up and realized that, at least in America, they started putting clamps on crypto, man. So that, I'll say that for another video, my political views on that. But for some reason, it stopped in a lot of the platforms that we were in. Y'all know they closed down abruptly because they were dealing with sanctions and cease and desist orders that we believe it was people, but I believe it might have came from somewhere else, because anytime a certain group of people can't control and get taxes from another group of people, it's going to be a problem between those group of people and the companies and the entities. So y'all read between the lines. I'll leave that right there. But here's what I am saying to you. He says, try ricocheting. If you're trying to climb over the wall, then open the door and walk through. If you're pushing against the river, then learn how to go with the flow. At the end of the day, instead of putting forth much effort in things that are not working, try and use a little finesse. And the word finesse is a very nice word. I like that word. And it simply means to have a refined delicacy or intricate delicacy about what you're doing. Okay, delicacy. Now, the tendency though, y'all, our tendency when things go wrong is to get back to the basics. How many of you all ever heard that? Hey, got something going wrong? You need to get back to the basics. You need to get back to doing what we used to do that works. Well, in this day and age, with technology and information at the whim of your fingertips, with AI and artificial intelligence and all the things that come with that, you all, going back and doing things as usual is not working anymore. So then what do you have to do? You got to learn how to ignore the conventional approaches, you all, because once again, the new approaches we come up with today, tomorrow will be old. So now you got to get your mindset. Watch this, guy. You got to get into a mindset of flexibility, what I call it. I call it the gospel of flexibility, the good news. In other words, when you learn how to be flexible enough to go with the trend, to follow the trend. Just like when I teach people about trading. Don't go against the trend. Don't be a counter-trend trader. That's the easiest way to lose your money. You want to be a trader that goes with the flow. You want to trade with the market makers, not trying to outsmart, outbeat. And I know some of you all may agree or may disagree, but at the end of the day, that's what helps me. That's what allows me to make money in the markets, all right? So with that being said, you all, let me tell you something. We have to stop putting all our faith in the familiar. And that is a serious point that I want you to understand, because faith in the familiar is actually a trap, because you will be afraid to risk the familiar when it's time for you to step out of the boat, when it's time for you to take the big risk, when it's time for you to really go after the big goal. Now, once again, let me read another one because I'm kind of just sharing. But let me read another statement from the book. He says, set the traps, right? And what I mean by that, he says, set traps so that you can succeed and not fail. So you want to set traps for yourself when you're getting ready to try to go and do things the old way, the same old way with the same old paradigm. Guys, if you don't change your behavior, if you don't hear one thing or get nothing else out of this episode right here, guys, understand that when we say it's time to ignore conventional approaches, this only applies if those approaches are old and you notice that you're stagnating and you're in the decline in whatever area of your life, whatever you're doing, business, whatever. If you're in decline, then it's time to get ruthless about doing something else, trying something different. It's time to pivot, people. And that's why you saw us pivot. So to make a quantum leap, he says, you've got to break out of the rut where you've been running. Second, guess your routines from now on, guys. You know, ask yourself, did I do my best? Am I doing my best? And can it be better? Can I do better? Overcome the addictions of the old methodologies, y'all. You got to learn how to set a new pattern. Start doing something new. And it starts with where you are right now. Think about it. If I go to the office and I spend 2 hours in the office, maybe it's time to spend 4 hours in the office. Hello. If I'm only doing 4 hours in my business, but I want to get paid $10K a week, that's not how it's going to work, y'all. You got to be able to put sweat equity in. You got to really mind your business, people. Seriously. And minding your business is not doing what I know our forefathers did. I know your mother did it this way. Your dad did it this way. And it worked just fine for them. But they were not in a fast-paced, fast-moving, high-velocity technological world where people eat information like they eating a sandwich, and next thing you know, they've already mastered it. So here's the thing. If things you're doing have quit working, stop doing them. Focus on what works. And if you'll just quit what you've been doing instead of dodgily doing it harder, you at least create an opportunity to do something new. Watch this, guys. Quantum leaps come when you seek the elegant solution. Now, here's what's mind-blowing. Here's what's illogical, what I'm getting ready to say. And this is what really challenged me, you all, what I'm getting ready to read for you right now in this episode. He says, quantum leaps come when you seek the elegant solution. So look for an approach characterized by simplicity, precision, efficiency, and neatness. It won't be as complex or time-consuming as your present struggle. Listen to this, y'all. Overall, it will be less demanding of your energies and emotions, and it probably will not be familiar to you. He says you square calls for a fresh perspective, a deft move, a path less resistance. There's a way you can do more with less. Now, you mean to tell me, I just said that if you want your business to grow and scale, that if you're only doing 2 hours, maybe you should do 4 hours, right? But see, to a person who's used to doing business, that sounds right, doesn't it? I know I set you up good. So what? So you're going to say, well, Favor, what you going to do? Change what you just said? I have to, because you got books out here called The 4-Hour Work Week, you all. Personally, when we come into the office, you all, I don't spend more than 2 hours a day in my office building my business. And our business right now is doing amazing. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I've learned how to apply this. So that means, though, when we come into the office, we are laser sharp focused. We come in, we say our vision statement, our mission statement, our purpose statement as soon as we get started, and we run. We do not stop for 2 hours straight Boom, we putting out content, we doing what we need to do, we making our calls, we setting up the things, y'all. And I'm telling you, we get a lot done. We get more done in 2 hours, when some people get done in 8 hours, in 2 or 3 days, right? But see, that's what I mean when I say quantum leaps. Now, for me, guys, and I'm gonna end with this right here. When it comes to ignoring conventional approaches and things like that, I never had a problem with doing that. But one thing I will tell you is this: depending on where you are, you can't just apply this immediately if you don't know the rules, right? What I'm telling you is that if you've got something that it used to work, but it's not working anymore, then it's time to use Square. If you're, averaging 10K a month, 15K a month, and you realize that you can't get past that 15K, you keep ending up that 15K, now it's time to do a little tweaking, okay? You make your goals to 35, 40K a month. And then next thing you know, certain things will start kicking in. But if you have not experienced any of this and you're just starting a business, then you're going to have to establish some rules and protocols, okay? So the U squared, you all are not, I wouldn't say that it's for everyone, but you got to get started first. And here's what I mean by that. I'm going to be done. In order to change the rules, break the rules, you got to learn the rules. You got to know the rules first, right? So you got to know some of the basic fundamentals before you can then start retweaking and reworking and realigning them and reordering them so that they fit your particular model and mold, okay? That's all I'm saying. So with that being said, you all, hey, once again, this is Doc Favors. This is what I'd like you to do, guys. A little homework, man. Number one, I want you to listen to this video at least 4 times. I want you to think about the concepts. And I want you to make some comments down below about conventional way of doing things and getting conventional results and, thinking linear. And I want you to start thinking quantum, start thinking advanced exponential growth versus linear growth and step by step. I want to hear from you, okay? Because we got a couple of more episodes of this book that we're going to do, and I'm excited about doing them, but I do want to get you all a little more involved. So 2 things. Number one, you all know our latest book is out. Obviously, it's here. We've been putting them in the mail, and I'm so excited about this book because the word is getting out, guys. Every day we're making more and more sales, but that means every day we are touching more and more minds, okay? And it's a battlefield going on with the mind, and I want to be the one to help out. Also, we got some people calling about mentorship, and I do want to take the time, and I'll probably do another video about the Essential Leaders Institute, but I do want to take the time to let you all know that our mentoring programs are designed to do just this right here, to help you change your mind or create a stronger mind, right? Strengthen your mindset through what? Mindset and business coaching, okay? Because we found out that a lot of people, when it comes to creating wealth and living their life and understanding financial freedom and financial education, there are 2 things that are always a hindrance to people. Mindset, which means they don't believe that they can do it, and understanding how business works and how business functions. So our programs are geared to do just that. Any program you take from us or any mentoring you take from me, I'm going to show you how to shift your mindset so that you can create goals that are worthy of your time, and then show you how to do a business and conduct yourself in a way. Start a business, enhance your business, scale your business. Any of those things are what we are equipped to handle here at the Essential Leaders Institute. And of course, leadership is the 3rd component. It's an unsaid, if you will, because it's Essential Leaders Institute. But we understand that I used to say everything rises and falls on leadership. I've come to grow a little bit because everything really rises and falls on your mentality and how you see yourself. You will never grow past your self-image of yourself, your own self-image. And so if you don't have a winner's image, a money mindset image, if you don't have a business image, if you don't have a mindset to understand what that image looks like and how to create one, then guys, no wonder you're hitting these ceilings. So our mentorship programs is designed to do that. We take you through processes that we know work, that we have been taught and trained, and that we learned, that we apply. We are always products of the product first, okay? So with that being said, you all, once again, I'll leave a link down for the book. Don't forget to join Creating a Life of Freedom, our private Facebook group, and support the book. But I'm telling you, this book right here, it's so expensive. But I got a program, you all, that we charge $10,000. And I'm going to tell you now that since I wrote this book and it has come out, a lot of people are saying, yo, the book is just, if not, is more informational is some of the programs we pay for. So they're asking me to write and turn this book into a program already, you all. And And I'm thinking about it, but the thing is, it's 18 chapters in this book. I told you all, this is not a small book. It looked like that right here. But you all, this book is about 130 some pages. 120, let me see, 28. Well, it's not really writing on that. So it's 130 pages, but it's 127 written pages filled with action-packed mindset business information that can help you, right? Level up and experience some quantum leap. So this is my time, people. This is Doc Favors. Once again, if something was said here that landed with you, please do me a favor and hit the like, subscribe, and turn that bell notification on. Share the broadcast, you all. Check out the playlist. I put all these in the playlist for you so that you would have access to all the videos. And I'm gonna say this, man. Read and watch. Study these videos while they're here. Study them, guys. This is free. This is my way of giving back. So take advantage of it. And as always, y'all, let's be positive on purpose, not by accident. It's Doc Favors. We'll see you next time.